Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Joe here. Today guys, let's talk about the sun. Let's talk about sunlight. So many people aren't aware of the sun and its benefits. Now going outside, breathing in some fresh air is amazing. When you're stuck in a home, stuck in your house, like most people are, you're breathing in the same air. Now it's always good to open the windows, and I know people suffer from allergies, it sucks, but you definitely gotta get some fresh air going. Going outside is amazing. It's very good, and the sun is actually very beneficial. Now, to me, I know people scare people by saying, oh, the sun's very harmful. The sun is extremely dangerous. But what about people hundreds of years ago that didn't really have a house or didn't have, maybe even thousands of years ago or 1,000 years ago, where people were pretty much in the sun majority of their time? So those people didn't really have skin cancer. Or who knows, maybe they did. But I think with how difficult they, how scary they make the sun and so horrible they make the sunlight or whatever it is they're trying to do, honestly, because they try to make the sun look like it's, you know, bad, or they try to make it look like it's harmful. And yeah, that I think that's all baloney. Because I know people that get, let's be honest right now. I mean, there are people that be tanning their whole lives that I know. Like they're in their 50s, they're in their 60s, they're super golden tan. They don't have skin cancer. So, let's be honest right now. Let's get that fear out. But again, sunlight and darkness trigger the release of hormones in your brain. Exposure to sunlight is thought to increase the brain's release of a hormone called serotonin. This is needed for the body. Serotonin is associated with boosting mood and helping a person feel calm and focused. I'm sure a lot of people now aren't focused. Their mind is all over the place. They're not calm. They're in fear. Why? Because you're stuck in your home. You gotta get outside, hopefully. You can go, everyone, hopefully you have a yard. Many people can go outside in their yard or go in a place where obviously you're not surrounded by people, you're not, close to other people. If you obviously have a yard, most people have their own yard. You can go in your own yard. There's no one there, hopefully, obviously. Um, but hopefully, you have a yard. Hopefully, you have a place where you can go and get as much sun as possible. So, you need it every day, at least, well, like 20 minutes or so, 10, 20 minutes, doesn't hurt. Obviously, maybe a half hour a day, that's even fine. A few hours a week is really needed. The sunlight does a lot for your mood, how much it makes you feel better, gives you vitamin D. A lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people think that's not true. There's just so much stuff that sunlight can do. Not only that, of course, it cues special areas in the retina, which triggers the release of serotonin, where I already said that. That is, of course, a big deal. It also does build strong bones, which is very good. And, bones, obviously, a lot of people do have weaker bones now. I think people that lived hundreds of years ago, I mean, you used to hear, people that used to be in, armor, knight armor, all this stuff is extremely heavy. You think people today can do that? Yeah, right. People today are clearly weaker, much weaker. And that has to do with the fact that people are inside of a home. I mean, imagine being inside of a home and being outside. There's a big difference. And I'm sure that person who's outside majority of their day is far happier, far stronger. Think about farmers. They're outside majority of their time. They're much different. They're much different people, much happier. Think about that for a second. That might be a big thing, and it pops into my head too. Farmers are the most down to earth people out there. And guess what? They're getting what? A lot of sun. They're out there. They're out there in nature. They're outside. So many people are not going outside. So many people are literally trapped in their homes, inside their homes on their computer, getting weaker. People's backs are like hunched now. Like it's normal. People have weak bones and people are weaker. You know why? Because they're not going outside. They're not getting as much sun. People are saying, oh, people get skin cancer, people get this. That's all. It's true. Some people do, but obviously, you don't know what that person's doing. You don't know what kind of. You don't know what that person, you know, is doing, or what they eat, what they consume, what they do. Everyone's different, but getting 10, 20 minutes outside of some sun is truly going to make you feel better. That's why when we were kids, and hopefully when you were a kid, or if you are a kid, you're going outside, you're having fun, you're climbing trees, you're playing with sticks, you're playing around with rocks, you're going to the beach, you're having fun, you're building a little sandcastle, you're in the sun, you're having fun, you're always happy. And now you're questioning, why am I depressed? Why am I sad? Why am I getting angry? Why am I in such a bad mood? Why is it why? Because you're not outside. You're not doing what you did as a kid. You're not getting the sun. You're not getting any of that vitamin D from the sun. You're not getting any of the serotonin. All these things that people don't even know what serotonin is, or some of the other stuff that also has to do with mood. Again, this stuff is a big deal. People don't believe it. And reading this right here, although excess sunlight can contribute to skin cancer, which again, I don't know if that's entirely true, but it could be, maybe sometimes. But a moderate amount of sunlight can has preventative benefits when it comes to cancer. So look at this. Those who live in areas with fewer daylight hours are most likely to have some specific cancers than those who live where there's more sun during the day. Maybe I didn't understand that, but wait, let me reread this one. Confused the hell out of myself. Yeah, so people who have fewer daylight hours tend to get colon cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, overlying cancer, pancreatic, prostate. Think about that for a second. So sun is a big deal, but you probably just don't want to have too much of it. And I do think getting 10, 20 minutes a day, a few hours a week, is probably plenty. Again, depending on your age, depending on things, probably, who knows, maybe more, maybe less. But everyone's different. And obviously, hopefully you got good genes. My family, I mean, we can go and just get hours and hours of sun, honestly. Nothing happens. And, my people, my family, 60s and 70s, no skin cancer. But everybody's different. Everyone's different. That's the truth. But isn't that insane? I didn't think that. I didn't believe. At first I'm like, wait, what? I didn't believe it, and I was also confused. But as you guys can see, I mean, whew, that's good. More sunlight, seriously. So by all means, I mean, get some sun. Try not. They are saying 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's a tough time. That's when the sun's beaming. Um, But right over here, yeah, again, 5 to 15 minutes of sunlight on your arms, hands, and face 2 to 3 times a week is enough to enjoy that vitamin D boost. So again, if you're outside for at least 15 minutes, I think maybe 20, 30 minutes for me. Walking outside, getting all that sun, I'm telling you right now, it is good. It is much more beneficial. Sunlight is way more beneficial than we all think. And by all means, I recommend getting as much sun as possible. Hopefully you can at least get 15 minutes. At least 15 minutes. Um, every other day of the week. Hopefully it at least adds up to an hour or so a week. But by all means, people, get as much sun as possible. You will be a different person. You will feel free. You won't feel trapped. Get the sun. Thanks all for watching this video, and hopefully you all get some sun.